Well, hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. So we've had a bit of a break from making these videos, which has been as much to do with me being busy in work as anything. But here we are with the first in the next series, all set around the Adriatic coast from Greece up to Croatia, starting with what you can see is an impressive final approach to Athens, the ancient capital of Greece. We arrived early enough that we could turn back round and go straight out for dinner, and to our surprise, realising for the first time just how good the food in Greece is. Okay, well, how about that? What a great approach we had last night into the airport, and what a great dinner we had last night as well. I think it took us both by surprise, to be honest. I mean, I don't know, I've had Greek food a few times before, but maybe I've just not had very good Greek food, but that took us both back. We were really impressed with that dinner last night, and hopefully that came through in the footage of it as well. But yeah, anyway, here we are. We're in Athens now. We're in our little apartment, a great little apartment. I mean, look at this balcony. Just out here having our morning coffee, and now we're going to go and find some breakfast, and after we do that we're going to go and see some of the sights. Obviously Athens has got lots of old historical monuments, the Acropolis and whatnot, so we're going to be seeing all of this, and hopefully you'll be coming with us. Okay, and here we are down in the streets in Athens. Let's go for a walk. Well, no, actually, let's go for breakfast. We're both starving. And again, right at the start of this video, I'm going to apologise for my pronunciations in Athens. We're starting from the beginning here. This is Omonia, how do you say it?
Omonoia.
Omonoia.
I think
okay.
so.
It's one of the squares in the kind of northern part of the centre. There's a few cafes here, so we're going to find some breakfast. Okay, now we're out and about and it's time to go and see some of Athens. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and see the ancient Agora and the Roman Agora. Okay, the ancient Agora and the Roman Agora, for that matter, are, we'll have to walk past a place called Monastiraki. It's actually where we took the train to yesterday. It's a bit like kind of major interchange in the metro, a bit like a bank in London or Châtelet in Paris type thing. But yeah, we're going to pass that, and I think it's quite an interesting wee bit to walk down, so hopefully this street should be quite cool. Look at that, some random square in Athens in the north of the centre, and there's just happens to be ancient Greek ruins in it, or ancient Roman ruins. I don't know what they are, it doesn't say, it's all in Cyrillic. Lots of little shops just selling this and that. So we're really walking through parts of India actually, in that sense. This is us coming into Monastiraki now. But the region is, I don't know if it's a region or a place or a square or just a station or what. This is my kind of market, not Rekka's kind of market. This is a fruit and veg side, which I think is more akin to what Rekka would like, of course, being a vegetarian.
I couldn't last there for more than 3 seconds. The smell of raw fish. Right next to it is a lovely herberia, and I'm standing smelling the herbs.
Monastiraki. Anyway, we could spend ages in this street just looking about, but we're going somewhere. The Roman Agora, the ancient Agora, so let's get there without further ado. Alright, this is Monastiraki Square, with a big truck in the way, of course. Let's go and have a closer look at it. course, that's the Acropolis up there. I'll be going there tomorrow, hopefully, all things being equal. But you know, it's one of these ones you have to go really, really, really early, or else you get caught in really heavy crowds and it's really, really, really hot. So we're going to try and be there for 8 sharp for the opening tomorrow morning. That's the ancient Agora over there. Nice little street to get to it. And there's a lot of his tourist stuff obviously, but there's a lot of kind of nice outdoor cafes and stuff like that. So a nice place to sit and watch the world go by. Like I said, it's all tourist, I'm sure it costs a fortune, but it doesn't matter. You know, drink's okay. Although agora technically translates to market in Greek, in truth, the ancient Greek agora in Athens was more of a general gathering space for various purposes including politics. Consequently, the area is regarded as being the birthplace of democracy. It turned out to be one of our favourite sites in Athens and surprisingly also one of the quietest.
Look here, this is supposedly the birthplace of modern democracy, Western democracy.
Okay, I don't know exactly how old this exact spot is, but ancient Greece ended in 300 BC, so this is at least 2,300 years old.
This is probably the first public square in the entire world, because this is the birthplace of Western democracy, where people used to congregate and discuss matters of how to run the place. So this is the first public square.
Ancient agora, there you go, at least 3,000 years old, more than 3,000 years old. This is actually a great place to come to. It's like a cross between a historical site, which obviously it is, and a nice park. There's lots of nice benches and trees and greenery and stuff. Just sit about. It's really nice. Emperor Hadrian, Roman Emperor Hadrian, apparently built a wall. We could have spent all day in the ancient agora, but it was starting to get really hot by now and we had a lot to see, so we moved into the museum for a bit. Okay, we're done with the ancient agora, now we're coming to the Roman agora, which is obviously a little bit recent, but still thousands of years old. We had spent all morning in the ancient agora, so it was time for some lunch before heading to the Roman one. We didn't expect much considering how touristy the area was, but how wrong we were. Yet again, the food was amazing. That arch is for the Roman agora, which is where we're going just now. Okay, this is the Roman agora, and as you can see it is so much smaller than the Greek one, the ancient one. It's funny, we went to Syracuse earlier on, well last year in fact, and we noticed in Syracuse that the Roman amphitheatre was so much smaller than the Greek one. Seems to be a feature. You know, it's funny to think that, you know, even though this itself was thousands of years old, When this was built, and it was brand new and built by the Romans, at the time they built it, just a little bit over the hill there was the remains of Greek, the Greek equivalent, which had been there for thousands of years itself. But yeah, by that time it was still ancient history. Okay, well that was the Roman Agora, much smaller than the other one, but still nice to see. But yeah, it's getting to that time of the day in places like Greece where I think the hot sun in the afternoon's coming, so we're going to go back and have a little siesta. You can see I've got sweat dripping off me. So we'll wait for the fierceness of the sun to pass for a couple of hours, then we'll come back out and we'll see you then. We had our little siesta and came out bright and refreshed for the second half of the day. A little trip out to the highest point in the city of Athens, Lycabettas Hill. It wasn't within walking distance though, so we got a taste of the Athens metro as well. Yeah, well hopefully the trains are, but the Athens metro stations certainly aren't air conditioned. Elliniko, that's our train.
Επόμενη στάση, Πανεπιστήμιο. Next station, Πανεπιστήμιο.
It's a very large amount of stairs followed by an underground funicular to get to the top of the hill. I have to admit though, given the views I was expecting to see from it, I was a little disappointed that the funicular was underground. Well, I mean, I was not sure what to say, but that's the first kind of fully subterranean funicular I've ever been on. It's like a funicular subway. But look at this. I don't know if the sheer scale of the city here that you see from up here is evident, but it looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the sun about to set. There was a restaurant on top of the hill here, so we really did go for the tourist food this time before heading back down to the city. But even then, dinner was more than acceptable for what it was. Well, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. We've been quite taken by Athens, to be honest. Really liking it, especially the food. Not only the food, but particularly the food. Anyway, back down the stairs we go. Actually, we're taking a different metro station this time. We're going to see a bit of Syntagma, is that what it's called?
Syntagma, where the Greek parliament is.
Syntagma Square. Syntagma, where the Greek parliament is. Nice. Syntagma or Syntagma. Okay, this is Kolonaki we're walking through just now to get to the metro station, which is apparently the posh bit. Can you tell? Okay, well this is us back at Syntagma Square, Syntagma Park in fact. That's the Hellenic Parliament over there. What is that, the first ever parliament? I don't know, probably not. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. we've enjoyed the first day in Athens as much as we have. I think what we've enjoyed about it is the fact that everything's been so close together, and this has been the only time we've had to take the metro. So yeah, it's been great. It's accessible. It's nice. It's pretty. I heard a few people saying that it wasn't that pretty, but it's very nice. But anyway, we're off to the Acropolis first thing tomorrow. So see you then. Bye. If you enjoy watching our videos, then please hit the like button and subscribe for more content.